All right, welcome back. We're going to take the animation we just made now and we're going to export it as a GIF. Some people say GIF, but it's GIF if you ask me. Let's see what we're going to do here. The export button is down in the bottom right corner. Now, before we do that, actually, come up to the cog again one more time, because if we go to animation, we can put what's shown in the credits here. So at the moment it says Brush Ninja, but I'm going to put by Mr. Darch and then click apply. And then I've got this little kind of watermark thing down here. So you could put your name, and then eventually we're going to upload these onto our Google Classrooms, fingers crossed, and we'll be able to see whose is who actually on the animation, which will be fantastic. Now, as I said, the export button is down in the bottom corner of our main canvas, our main place we're drawing. So if we click that, we get 4 choices. We can either save the image, we can save the Ninja animation file so that you can carry on working with this at another time. This might be something you want to do yourself. But we are for now just going to go for animated GIF, not Twitter GIF, but animated GIF. So let's click that one and then go to export. It shows you, and then you click save. And now on the desktops, so on the Macs, on the Chromebooks, it should come to your downloads folder. It looks like on the iPad, I need to now share it somehow. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to try and put it in my drive, but I'm not going to do that now. I think, yeah, that will work fine for you guys. If you just click export and then, because I've done that plenty of times upstairs and on my laptop, and that will come down through to you. I've not done it on the iPad yet, but it looks like I need to load something up to do that. So with that said, let's come back to Brush Ninja. And I'm going to click new again here. I'm going to erase my current animation. And for our last animation today, we're going to do a word animation. Now the word could be whatever you like. I'm going to choose the word. I want something short. Animate would be, or animation would be the obvious one. I'm going to write my name. And I expect lots of you might like to do that too. Now, what we want to avoid is a storyboard played really fast. So we don't want each of our drawings to be different very much. We want them to all be slightly the same, and I'll show you what I mean. For example, I've got Mr. Darch as 2 words. I might have, let's see, I'm going to have Mr. appear. I'm going to pick the thinnest of the pen tools and I'm going to write Mr. like this, and then go to a new frame. Then I'm going to draw it slightly bigger, but more or less in the same place. And click new frame. Let's go for a bigger pen now, bigger, like thicker pen, and draw it again. And let's go again. And each time I'm moving out slightly and drawing up. Let's go again. Thicker pen this time. Bigger letters. Might run out of room here. So let's bring it over. Next one up. Now what this should do is create the illusion that it's getting bigger and closer. Rather than just growing, it will kind of feel, I think, if I'm right, that we are getting closer and closer to the word. So let's play that. There we go. Now, the reason that works is because each frame is not very different from the previous frame. If we look at our frames here, we've got Mr. They'll say the same thing, obviously, Mr., Mr., Mr. But it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Now I'm going to delete, and that's done with the rubbish bin just at the bottom of each frame. I'm going to delete 2 of them, otherwise I'm going to run out of room for Dutch, aren't I? So maybe that's about right. Going to get my pen tool again. Now for Dutch, I'm going to leave Mr. there. I'm going to kind of freeze that in time. For Dutch, I'm going to have that evolve. That's going to, each line, be slightly longer, like we did on our last animation. Here's what I haven't done. Let's delete those. I'm going to come back here, delete each of those lines. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you the eraser tool now. Now up in the top here is a selection of different tools. If we click on them, we get shapes, we get lines, we get the eraser tool here. So I'm just going to rub out that part of my image I don't want. Because what I'm going to do here is copy each of the misters. So each time I want a new frame now, I'm going to copy it. So I copy the blank one and then work on the one just before it. Does that make sense? So I'm going to do my D is going to appear here. Let's go back to the pen tool though. And you may have noticed the colours on the side here. Maybe I'm going to do the Dutch in a different colour. Let's do it in red here. So I'm coming up like this. Let's put that on this frame actually. I'm going to undo that, duplicate this one, come back to this one, here we go. So I've got my last frame, and then I've always got a blank one at the end so I can keep copying it. I could just copy it a bunch of times now, maybe I'm going to do that. Because I know that's always going to be there. And what frame am I on? 14, 15, is that 16? Yeah, that's 16. Okay, 16 frames. Here we are. So coming back to where I finished, I've got the start of my D. Let's go to the next frame now and draw the D a bit bigger and draw the D a bit bigger. Then on the next one, it's going to fold around, but not all the way. A bit further around, a bit further around. Maybe I'm going to say Mr. D. How could I make that better? Maybe the D is going to animate now, okay? So I'm going to have Mr. D go to my next frame, and the D is going to jump here and here. And if I increase the space between each frame, it's going to accelerate. It's going to speed up and get faster and further away. We lost the Mr. there, but that's not a big deal. And then I'm going to basically disappear off the stage, off the frame like that. And let's have a blank frame at the end. Again, let's have 10 of those. All right, let's play that. So we've got Mr. D. Mr. D. All right, so what I'd like you guys to have a go now with is making your own word animation. It might be your name, might be something that you're really into. Try and pick a short word, something maybe 3 or 4 letters long would be ideal, and see how you get on with that.